It's getting to the point, really, where people don't realize, like, not only are we exhausted, but we're consistently angry.
Can I back you up for a second?
Yeah,
because I have a story to tell. Cajun, you were there, but this may have been right before you pulled up. Because you mentioned my car show before we went on the air, and my Team Prodigy 216 is it's like a not really a car club, it's like a group. So we threw a car show, and I don't know if you were there when this happened, but we found out later that he was like 16 years old, but he had a nice truck, and it was a white kid. He came in there with 2 flags on the back of his truck. One was the Confederate flag, one was the American flag. First of all, I got some info from one of my military buddies. You're not even supposed to fly those flags at the same height. At all. Nothing's supposed to fly higher than the American flag. Anyway, so one of our guys, we call him Sign Man. He's one of the ambassadors for the Cavaliers. He's on our team and everything. So he's the first one to spot this, and he's been through it all. He's been around a lot. He's like 60 something years old. And he tells the kid to tear it down, to take the flag down, or you got to go. You got to take that stuff down and get out of here. This kid is giving him so much lip or whatever. So I go over there to try to defuse the situation. Then another one of our guys who happens to be an older white gentleman, he went over there tried to. This kid was not trying to take it down. And he starts the argument about how it's not racist, it's not this, it's not that, it's our heritage. Blah, blah, blah. That flag is a symbol of treason. You know why? Because they still wanted slaves. And then they decided to secede from the North. Right. This whole thing was about slavery. People that look like me who were kept in chains because you guys wanted servitude, free labor. So when we see something like that, you gotta take your head out of your ass and understand that, yes, you think it's one thing. You might have been raised to believe it's one thing. It can even mean something completely different to you because how you were taught what that means and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the truth is that flag is a symbol of racism and treason, which is also why they fly that flag at anti-BLM rallies and KKK meetings and things like that.
Right. There was just another case of a woman that was flying it, shimmying with it, dancing with it and shit, and saying, "I'm going to teach my grandkids to hate all of you." And then she got fired. And then she pulled the Amy Cooper special.
I just saw that this week.
She apologized. I didn't know what it meant. No, you did. You did. You said KKK for life, lady. Mm-hmm. And you were dancing with it, and you said you were going to teach your grandkids.
And it sounded like they were listening to black music in the background.
They probably were. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
I said to someone recently, and I tried to break it down as simple as possible. It doesn't matter what you think or what your intentions are behind something like flying the flag.
Yeah.
If I walk up to you, anyone, and punch them in the face, I assaulted that person. That's what happened. It doesn't matter if I was raised to punch people in the face to say hello. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how I feel about my actions. If you touch someone that does not want to be touched, if you tell a lie, it doesn't matter what your intentions are. You did what you did.
Right.
Now, flying the flag is the same thing. I don't care. My grandparents flew it. My family flew it. I was raised to believe. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. It's a piece of racist culture.
Right.
It just is. I don't know how else to.
I just shared it in my story. It was an episode of Golden Girls that covered it with actually Don Cheadle was on the episode.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, and it was about Rose in the hotel and everything. Not Rose, Blanche in the hotel, mm-hmm. And she was flying the flag, and he tried to explain it to her, and the best way he could with this is hurting my feelings, blah 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 blah. And then he goes to leave, and he shucks and drives because he's trying to get her to understand. And then the white woman that's there with them trying to check in goes, "You should keep him. He's one of the good ones." And then Blanche is like, "What did you say?" And he goes, she says, "I'm one of the good ones." And then he storms off, and she follows him, and she has that realization. It doesn't fucking matter what you think it means, like you just said. It doesn't matter what you grew up with. It matters the connotation of what it actually means. What matters is what that stood for generations. And here's my thing. Why do you want to fly the flag of the losers? You know what I'm saying? Why would you openly like, yeah, we lost?
Hey, Dave, were you the one that shared that one, I guess it was a screenshot from a grandmother? Okay, you looking at me, so you didn't see this. So basically, this grandmother checked her grandson because he was like 13 or 14 years old, and he posted a picture of the American flag, like I guess bigging it up or whatever. And she commented saying, "Well, basically she was like, you're German, Irish, and probably Italian or something." She said our family wasn't even over here in the States while all this stuff was going on. If I ever catch you flying that flag again, I'm gonna beat the piss out of you. I was like, hell yeah, grandma for the win, man.
Right, man. We need more people like that. And the biggest thing is, we're supposed to be able to look to the older generation for wisdom and guidance, and we can in our own families.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to, like older white people that we've met, we're supposed to be able to look to them for wisdom and guidance as friends, as people that we've assumed were our friends. But some of those people have been the ones who stabbed us in the back. I have learned that. I started, and you know, because my Facebook was used for networking, like not just social networking, but networking when I was DJing, and then when we had the Comic-Con and all that. So I had over 1,800 friends. At the end of March, before all this stuff started popping off, I had 1,806 friends. I am down 33 friends now. I've lost 33 friends that I've deleted and blocked since this all popped up. That's because
probably more than
that's just the ones I've let go.
And probably the ones that deleted you too.
Right. And it's just because we don't know. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this on record for anybody that wants to listen to this. I'm not joking about this shit. I'm not playing. So if you say anything that is a sentiment that is not relative to Black Lives Matter, if you say Blue Lives Matter, you say White Lives Matter, or you say anything that is not actually what we're talking about, we're not friends. I'm not making a joke out of this.
I've had to let one of my people go on social media for basically saying that it should be okay to run over protesters and things like that,
right.
and getting more upset about the looting than what the whole situation is for.
It's funny because they don't have that same energy when the anti-maskers were rushing federal buildings.
Yeah.
When anti-maskers were in cops' faces, I didn't hear a single person say Blue Lives Matter.
They were exercising their Second Amendment.
And somebody made a great point. I think yesterday I saw this on Facebook. I'm not sure if it was a meme or somebody made the post, but I do remember reading it. It says, you guys have a problem with Black Lives Matter, but you don't have a problem saying all lives matter, and you're perfectly fine with saying Blue Lives Matter. So your problem with Black Lives Matter is clearly the word black.
Right. And it's funny because you say all lives matter, but then you don't have that same energy at the border. I don't care how they came here. I don't care what they did. They're children. They should not be in cages. They should not be in holding facilities. They should not be being mistreated. But we are because, truthfully, you don't give a shit. And to say this clearly and as eloquently as possible, again, while two other black men are on this podcast with me, the Black Lives Matter organization is not who we all speak for when we say Black Lives Matter. The Black Lives Matter organization is not the people that you think they are, where they're attacking people. That's not true. As my brother said, there are radicals in every group. There are people that will use this movement to their advantage, both black and white. Much like there are people that will use any positive thing that white people are doing to their advantage. But y'all don't say nothing about that.
I can throw on khakis and a blue shirt and go run around beating up Target employees and holler Walmart rules.
Right.
That doesn't.
Right.
That don't represent Walmart.
Right. Then we got to shut down all Walmarts now because you obviously work at Walmart, even though you don't. But that's the same idea. That's the same idea, and these people don't understand it. And these conversations are getting tiresome. Like it's infuriating. I'm tired. And I know y'all feel the same way.
I'm tired of being tired. And it's at this point, we had this discussion before, Dave. Like, these people, they do understand. They get it. Like I'm at the point where, like, I'm done educating people. This has gotten too ridiculous. I'm done educating you. You know what the fuck you're doing. You know what you're saying. I don't know if you're just trolling or trying to, or you just refuse to accept the truth.
It's not our place to educate ignorance.
At this point, it's just people.
And it's something. A lot of these people, you're not gonna like. I had a pool. I typed out maybe 4 or 5 lines as a reply to somebody, and I never get into like, you know, arguments and back and forth on Facebook or whatever it is, because especially with a person like this, I'm not going to change this asshole's mind anyway. We're just going to wind up in the back and forth. I'm not going to change your mind. You already have this effed up notion in your head of what you believe and what you think of people that look like me, but you justify it by saying, oh well, my friend's black, my wife's black, well, you're doing them a disservice. Oh, I don't see color. If you don't see color, you don't see my experience.
Right.
So you don't get it. If you don't, I say this all the time. If these people had 1 ounce of humanity in their soul, they would understand it.
Right.
If you had 1 ounce of humanity, you
and
would
that's
get it.
not to say that we're not going to educate those that want to be educated, because there are people that don't understand. But those people are the ones that are reaching out to us, asking us questions.
The guy letting us sit here now.
Right.
I mean, he was just sitting here before we went live. Well, not live, but and he's asking questions and talking and just
Right.
having a conversation. That's
Right.
really all we want.